Because at the end of the day, it's all about the playing. Everything else is just bullshit. Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Sunday Coffee, Guitars and Tones. This is a show where we just hang out and drink a nice cup of coffee. I have a nice big mug of coffee today, my Star Wars mug. And there's a mocha in there. And just talk about guitars and stuff like that. Yeah. The giveaway's the title. If you're expecting me to play today, I ain't gonna play today. It's Sunday, man. But today's episode is about playing, actually. But before I get onto that, firstly, thanks so much to everybody who commented on the Fender video from last week. That was really interesting. You know, the whole legal strategy thing just... yeah, it's been in my mind because this is all going on and everyone's talking about it and stuff. And I just wanted to kind of, you know, throw my hat in the ring. Because why not, hey? You know, it led to so many good conversations and I've really, really enjoyed interacting with you guys about this. And, you know, it's been pretty cool. One of the really interesting conversations and comments, actually, I can't remember the guy's name. Sorry, dude. I can't remember your handle or anything. But anyways, he brought up a really good point. He said, if this was a small company, like a small boutique builder bringing an action against a Chinese builder for copying their guitars, or even a bigger company like, you know, Fender or someone copying their guitars, everyone else would rally around them. Whereas because Fender's kind of fighting this, yeah, everyone's kind of demonizing him. It was just a really, really interesting comment that he made, and it really got me thinking and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to leave it hanging. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do today, because today's show is definitely not about Fender. Which is why, you know, I don't have my Strat on me today. Anyways, cheers, guys. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I'm having a fantastic weekend, by the way, which you'll find out about a little bit later, probably next week or something. But have a sip of coffee and, yeah, let's enjoy just catching up and chatting and stuff. Oh, that's lovely. You know, I really enjoy this time because it's a little bit of chill out time for me where I can just come and talk to you guys. And it actually got me thinking about playing guitar. All of this stuff, all this news hullabaloo that's going on, and, you know, all the gear stuff that happens every single day, every single week. We're constantly bombarded with, hey, this is new, this is new, this is new, this is new. Check this out, check this out. And I figured, you know what? It's actually taking us away a little bit from actually just playing guitar. For the joy of just playing guitar. Now, this is my job now. You know, I've been a musician for like 20 years now. I actually quit my day job in 2006. So I'll be celebrating 20 years being a full-time musician and pressing the reset button in September this year, which is kind of crazy and very, very cool as well. And, you know, I get to do this all the time. I get to play constantly and write music and stuff. But over the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of feeling a little bit like, what do I play now? What do I come up with? Because I'm constantly writing music and I need the creativity stuff to happen, you know, on an everyday basis. When I come in, I usually need to kind of shoot a video for something. So I'm thinking up tracks and stuff. And in the past, there used to be a period of time between me shooting a video and then me shooting the next video. Now, I'll do 2 or 3 videos in a week, maybe 4. Which means because of the way I work, which is to write a custom track for whatever I'm showing, whether it's a guitar, an amp, piece of software, it doesn't really matter. I like to do that. I like to, you know, flex my creativity muscle and my, you know, composition muscle when I'm doing that. I have found over the last couple of weeks that because I'm constantly doing it, it's felt a little bit more kind of like strained. Didn't feel like it was flowing that well as it has in the past. And it felt really, really strange. And it kind of like scared me a little bit as well, because it was like, are the ideas drying up? They're not drying up, and you'll find out why in a second. But it did feel like that for a little while. And yeah, I didn't like that feeling. I'll be completely and utterly straight with you. I did not like that at all. It did not feel good. But yesterday, what I did was I just came into the studio and I did need to write a piece of music for the next video, which is in multiple weeks' time, actually, because I'm ahead of the curve with what I'm doing at the moment, which is a yay for me, to be honest. But I literally just came in here, plugged in, and just played. Just for the sake of it, just to see what would come out, just like I used to do. And it was so cool, because what happened was the ideas started to flow again, because I didn't have an agenda. I wasn't trying to check out, what kind of track I could create and think up what style do I want to do it in today, and what piece of gear am I going to do next, and hey, I just saw a video on YouTube about such and such piece of gear. I should look it up on like Google. Hey, wow, that's this much. I wonder if I can kind of, save up for it. Or when shall I buy it, and etc. It's just clutter in my head. And I'm guessing that a lot of you guys feel the same as well with, everything going on with how YouTubers basically kind of like show you a new piece of gear each week. I'm guilty as charged, I'll be honest with you. But you know what? I do try and balance it out with the tutorial videos on Tuesday. No, I know I haven't done the last few Tuesdays because I simply wanted to kind of just reset and settle things a little bit. There's a lot of content coming out, a lot of content that I needed to do. There were some key product launch videos that I needed to get done and get done really well. So I just backed off on that a little bit. But I try and balance it out between showing the product stuff, which is important as well, because new stuff is coming out and technology is giving us so many great pieces of gear at the moment. But also giving you some learning material, like the tone tutorials on my fractal stuff. And, I expand that out a little bit into other areas as well now and then. And I think that's really important. But it did actually remind me that it's something that I need to reintegrate into my schedule of constantly working, constantly playing, constantly writing. It's kind of like what I'm doing now, what we're doing now, which is grabbing a cup of coffee and just taking a breath. And I think it's really, really important to do, not just for the sake of creativity, but just for ourselves personally, because it's just taking a little bit of time out, just to breathe. And what that does, it always gives you a little bit of perspective. If you think about going on vacation, let's say, right? You go away somewhere and you come back and you're refreshed and you're like, I'm ready to take on the world again. Why can't we do that every single day? I remember when guitar used to be that. This was my vacation time every single day, just coming and playing just for the joy of playing. And I want to get back to that a little bit. I do get to do it each week because I teach guitar a little bit as well. I still keep up a little bit of my teaching, just a tiny bit, but I also balance it out with when I'm in the studio and I've got a new piece of gear and I start playing and I get excited again. Then it feels like I'm that 16-year-old kid again who picked up guitar because he wanted to be like Adrian Smith and Dave Murray out of Iron Maiden. Yeah. And that's a great feeling. And it kind of felt like that yesterday when I had no agenda, I did end up writing a track simply because I just let go and I just let it happen, which I know that's the way it works. I teach this stuff. I pass this stuff on to my students and I tell them. And I got stuck in my own head over the last couple of weeks, trying to do stuff. But the most fun stuff happened because I wasn't thinking about it. One of my favorite tracks that I've done recently is for the IK Multimedia Tonex video, the one of the Royal 45 Legends pack, because it was so different. As soon as I played those amp captures, which were off a Marshall JTM 45, which isn't a super high gain amp, it's more a mellow, kind of rounded, different type of amp, you know, I immediately knew which direction I was going to go in, and that track just came out absolutely perfect. I listened back to it, I was like, yeah, that's where it's at, man. That's just, yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I absolutely love it. And, you know, that's not to say I've fallen out of love with my high gain stuff. You guys know I love my high gain stuff, especially since I just showed you my new amp. Yeah. What did you think of that? Man, when I played that, that inspired some playing. Yeah, totally. It basically kind of, you know, took me in a different direction. But, you know, it's reminded me that I need to kind of just step back a little bit and just relax a little bit into what I'm doing as well. I know I have to do this every single day, every single week. But if I want the inspiration to flow, then sometimes I've got to take a second. I've got to take a sip of coffee and just ease into it. Yeah. That's not a bad thing, is it? That's a really, really good thing, I think. I think we should all do it. I'd love to know from you guys, you know, about your playing. Let's get a conversation going about playing and, you know, getting back to just playing rather than being so consumed with everything. So I'd love to know what you guys play each day, what you enjoy playing, what your favorite guitars are, why you pick up that favorite guitar. You know, if you come home from a hard day's work and then you see a guitar and you think, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to spend half an hour playing it because it's just going to relax me. I'd love to know about that stuff. So whatever you want to talk about, just leave it in the comments because I love interacting with you guys. And this is what this is about. This is the whole conversation. And you know what? I know that my mind's going to get consumed with, hey, what am I buying next? Because at the end of the day, you know, I am a content creator. I do have to think ahead and, you know, think about what I'm going to be doing next week, next month, next couple of months, etc., etc. I've got tons of gear, which, you know, it's already in the plans. I already know what I'm going to be doing. So I'm not worried about any of that stuff. But yeah, you know, I get caught up in looking at new gear a lot. I call it occupational hazard now. I get to say that. Yeah! So whenever my wife comes up to me and says, you know what, why are you getting so much gear? What's all this stuff turning up at the house? Occupational hazard. That's my excuse. What's your excuse anyways? Usually, hey, check this out. This is what I usually do. And hopefully she's not around when the piece of gear turns up. Although I don't hide stuff from her. She sees the boxes and stuff anyways, you know. Wives are basically as sharp as razor blades, you know. They notice every little thing, don't they? Anyways, but the perfect scenario, piece of gear turns up, I unbox it, get rid of the box by taking it to the cabin or something, you know, in the garden so that it's hidden away. The piece of gear comes into the studio and, yeah. It's my secret way of stashing it. How do you guys do it? Honestly, I'd love to know. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a vow to myself to play more guitar just for the fun of playing guitar because it is a fun thing to do. That's why we started playing guitar. We did not start playing guitar with the thought in mind that, hey, I'm going to become a rock star, or, well, maybe we did. There was a little bit of that element. But, you know, we didn't do it in order to think, hey, you know, I have an agenda. I have a goal in mind, and I want to acquire this many pieces of gear because now I can play guitar. We never thought that. We basically just wanted to play our favorite music and, you know, drink some nice drinks. Maybe not a coffee, maybe a couple of brewskis while playing guitar with our buddies and stuff, right? And it was a fun thing to do. So let's all make a vow to play more guitar. because I think that's a cool thing to do. Make that our mantra. Yeah, play more guitar just for the fun of it. All right, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this one. I would love to hear from you, so leave a comment and I will see you really soon with another one. In the meantime, enjoy your coffees and thanks so much for hanging with me. Have a wonderful rest of the Sunday and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye for now.